are now tuned in to this week's episode of our podcast. Today we are going to interview some of the greatest and most influential minds in our field. By sharing our collective expertise, we will show you how to harness, control, and use your own skill set to achieve ultimate success and live the life you want. And now, please.
Good to have you once again. This is Omobola Stephen, your host on the Backstory with Omobola Stephen. Now, on the Backstory, we like to focus on government and politics issues. Now, trying to address what has not worked and what we make it work. Now, I have Dr. Sun Liew on the show. She was on the show with me previously talking about the infrastructural deficit in the U.S. and the way forward. Today, she'll be talking about foreign policy and also the drug issues. Welcome with me on the show today, Dr. Sun Liew.
Oh, how are you? Thank you for inviting me again.
Thank you once again for joining me on the show. Now, I'm looking forward to a great time. We'll be talking about drug issues and also foreign policy. For the U.S., what do you think is the most pressing foreign policy issues, and how do you think this can be solved?
Oh, we have so many foreign policy issues at this point. First, we have COVID-19 from China. We have big issue too in global, security as well as safety issues, as well as because of those foreign COVID-19 is bringing all global economic down. So we have economic issues, as well as there is many issues, cyber security, as well as defense issue is the most, we have important issues we needed to care about. Now it's Ukraine war, so, many China risk to us try to invasion to Taiwan. So we need more, like, as we are United States, the nations leaders, we need to really secure all our alliance, Taiwan, as well as, all our alliance, East Asia or Europe, all they are respecting to our foreign policies work today. So I think the most important policy myself, as well as many people now, is COVID-19 is almost past, but still, we need the economy, turn again, like before COVID. So that's the policies I think that we need to solve at this point the most, as well as defense, we need more like military power to America. So that's the, we needed to, many alliance now is risk for Ukraine war, China, all those war is, even effective national security, national safety, national, economic. So that's why we need to solve those three is most important, as well as cyber security, as well as the policy is so important because we don't have strong policy towards cyber security. That's why many hackings, destroy our economic as well as company secure information is stealing from in everywhere. So we needed to really cybersecurity is also right policy. It's so important. Yeah.
So now you talked about alliances, and now the foreign policy of Joe Biden emphasizes repairing the U.S. alliances, which Biden, he says that it has been damaging. It was damaged under the Trump administration. Now, some school of thought, they say that Biden's foreign policy has the words right, but the economics wrong. What's your take on this?
Yeah, so Biden administrations, they took their administration first. There's so many alliance. They are like feel like very maybe Biden administration will be accomplish many foreign defense. But the thing is, the Biden administration 2 years nothing accomplished those foreign policy. What alliance they are expecting, as well as many other policy that Trump administration, they try to economic grow. That policy is very good to compare our Joe Biden policy, because Joe Biden policy is very isolation from all the alliance to China without those specific policy, because of just to say don't using we cannot just say to don't using China product and then don't hire China factory from China. They are very isolations, but the things they don't have any policy for how without the China, helping those factory employee or those people's, they don't have any specifically policy for solving those problems. That's the Biden administration. The policy, economic policy, does not effective that much because of their policies. They don't give any specific policy for, because of free trade and many trade countries, alliance from Korea and even Japan's from Europe, most area they need a specific those policy they wanna listen from Biden administration, not only isolation China, but still another thing is still many other like China money and as well as many company money to support China industry that are also the policies that they want independent from the China power, which is industrial supply chains. Like in America, so many products, even we go to Amazon, go to the Walmart, most of the product made in China, even our factory in America. But the things is that we need a really strong, independent, those, labor power from China, but we don't have a specific policy or specific, even Biden aspirations, they before every trade Congress have to be involving and approved, but 2021 even Biden administration's trade measures limited to Congress involved those. Congress have to be everything approved. Now, their policy to Congress about more trade. They wanted to supporting government, the economic policy, but the Biden administration, they limited those 2020, 21, and after that, Congress does not involve in those trade matter for international alliance needed. So we needed to really secure so many president Donald Trump was tried to many way to secure border, but once Biden administration coming and then all the border secure was stopped. So that is the most Republican considerations as foreign policy for the secure border, as well as secondary, the economic, global economic growth, that is the most important also job creations and then support the safety and secure and global matter. So I think that is the most important economic growth, job creations, as well as, the border security. Yeah.
Right. Thank you, Dr. Sarah. Now we want to talk about the drug issues confronting the U.S. Now, America has spent over $1 trillion fighting the war on drugs, and I know that you're aware of this. So what do you think is the problem of drug addiction in the U.S.? Why is it on the rise?
I think the most important, from every drug or the traffic is illegal things is most from the border of Mexico. So I think the people, because of what we have to think about why they move from the Mexico to America. I think that is because they don't have enough jobs, they don't have enough economic growth, get jobs and have a successful, better life. So that's why they try to come to America. So we needed to basic root to help to solve the problem, because we need to support those Mexico independent themselves to they can create more jobs and more economic growth, and then as well as there is so many violations, illegal violence like selling drug, marijuana, all the gang power. Those violations is also bring many Americans illegally coming because they had a crime and then they coming to America, and then also effective in American, people's life, real by in Texas area, those Mexico border, many illegal drug selling is illegal, the violations, gangs is involving from the Mexico. So I think the most important things we need we spending lots of money for those border securers, hire many peoples, and then thousands, the people's coming because after Biden administration open borders, that is more like chance to give it to more people's coming, more like pollution, populations, the pollution of traffic is more like serious. So that's why we need to really support Mexico and between Central America. They can get jobs and then as well as safety, secure, as well as economic growth. So those policy, not only spending those defense, secure border, what, there is a, we can just temporarily, we can solve those issues, but the real solving issues, we need more education to Mexico next generations, and skill of technology, school, or more IT support, or more like small business support, more like micro loan, as well as more trade transaction to Mexico to America. Like example, Mexico small business owners maybe come to America, allowed to come to America, learn for a while, and come back to they can go there to learning business and helping America businesses together. Some kind of we need a real why people coming to even illegally. So we have to really think about future generations that are creation jobs and supporting business as well as education, as well as more safety, because people, they are living surroundings violation area. That's why everyone, even they are not drug addict, even not gangs, they want to come to America if they have, they have a really, if we are open border, we should have a really good policy to, really legal persons, as well as who has maintenance their life really good. So they needed to come to America. So before they to come to America, I think we need to shoot some kind of policy to have a more open border, need a good policy to prepare them to 1 or 2 years to come to America, not just, one night they coming to the illegal ways. That is not our solutions yet.
Sure. Now, you talked about drug policy. Do you think that the drug policy reform, do you think it's working? Now, in the year 2022, right, White House released National Drug Control Strategy. Do you think that it has worked effectively at this time, or do you think there should be a reform?
We have even many the White House is have several reformed drug policy, national drug control strategy is reformed, but the policy is still not working because of million people. They are still like open drug risk. First of all, like in America, it's just so many people. They are open drug situation, like children, their parents, alcoholic, and then marijuana. All those should be not this the isolation from those children, but many children, they are open, effective, very effective from their parents, as well as substance abuse. Many drug users, why they take drug, because so many people, they take drug because they want to feel happy. So in our society, we have to think about those why people take drug, because they are not happy, their life as well as their future life uncertainty, because their children's, so we should make those more like good surround for our national generation to that really effective examples of if next generations. I have myself, my 30 years more next generation education pastor, as well as SAT teachers, English teacher. I stay need many years, many years, need elementary and middle school, high school student that, many people they are learning from their, parents that, those drug, alcoholic and those abuse, they DNA is good transformed to next generation as well as overdose. Many overdose people they are using because they have many overdose users. They are many brings side effective because if they overdose those drug. We have a working policy and in the working place, they have bring the risk for workers, even alcoholic or like a drug, unconsciously, many risks is there. So we have to make a more like a strong policy for drug policy at the work, as well as, the many doctors, we are very shortage to study doctors who needed to really mental illness or also those drug addicts, all over place. We are spending billion dollars for that study and make policy, but still it grows again and again and again. So that's why we need to really think about those we sometimes people look our side to see those drug addict peoples. We need to really, but like in my life experience, I'm a Sunday school director. I selected one teacher who had drug addicts, but people they don't like to their children who are teachers stay not teacher, assistant teacher, just short term like the vacation Bible, just summertime, maybe one programs. I asking him to join to lead those as an assistant teacher. Many parents, many church members, they against Biden need me. Why you hire those kind of person? Even we are Christians, so we have to really not too much super overage thinking, which is to drug take drug people is bad people, or they are like bad. They need isolations from our society. So we have to think about, we have to love people together because they need our help. They don't need our isolations. They need our help. So we government, we needed more like investigations, or research for what we can do for those, drug addicts, as well as overdose problems, as well as supervising. When many people they have a drug and especially injections, they are not supervising. So we need more facility to supervising for people who are using drug. We have in California, some facility have, supervising, those injection place, which is they can bring their brother or sister, their parents, and then in front of them, they can injection to supervising, which is they are not overdose, over injection. So we need some, together, not a teamwork together, family and government and who are abused, the overdose, those, take a drug. We need really love to take care of them. That's the most important, as well as many states illegal transactions go on, like selling marijuana and tobacco and alcohols, all from those transactions because of many the foreign Mexico from Mexico border, and then as well as all of the unseen route illegal, transactions. We need to really secure our, those systems. Many illegal things happening behind our life. Even we don't know what's happening. So we have to really more like policy or more police power to not only isolation those people who have drug, but also in our society, our community. Example, church. We support church that who supporting drug. To go to addict persons. We support nonprofit who has supporting those drug addicts. So we need to really not only isolation, not only we just give clearly dollars to spending for limited or we have the more prevention, more like creations, more like spiritual or mental and happiness. They feel happy in house, they feel happy in everywhere. Everywhere we go school, they feel happy school, they feel happy at the church, at the at the house, they at the working place. They are not gonna take those drugs. So we have to really make more like our society, community have a more program to able to next generation to go. Really, why the people take drug and alcohol? Because they must go many criminal activities from the dancing, and some place, after during they go to the alcoholic bar because they don't have where to go, nothing to go. Or many, I'm in myself Presbyterian church all my life, church minister. Well, most Christian people, they are not go to the bar, they are not go drug because of they feel happy, need many years, spiritual and the mental training. They don't have that much mental illness or, spiritual emptiness because people, they drink alcohol because they feel emptiness or they feel like, the uncertainty. So that's why we need a more like good place to recreation, to good, maybe exercise program or go to mountain or bicycle or any, programs we need more develop in the school as well as the local community because most school is mostly, focus on people's just knowledge, putting the knowledge, certain knowledge, but our educations now, next generations, we need more like loving, caring, and relationships, and then those things I needed to suggestion. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Dr. Sarah Sun Liew, for your thoughts on today's show, talking about the foreign policy issues and also the drug issues. Now, Dr. Sarah Liew is a politician who is running for the U.S. Senate seat. Thank you once again for your time on the show and for your incredible insight going forward. And Dr. Sarah, I wish you the best of luck in your political ambition once again. Do you have any words you'd like to share with the audience of the backstory?
Thank you so much again to invite me. I think you can visit my website www.sarahsenate.org. You can learn more foreign policy as well as drug issues. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you for your support.
All right. Thank you once again. Now, if you'd like to catch up any missed episodes of the backstory, you can do so online. Check Omobola Stephen online. Perhaps you can search distribution platforms or course promotion platforms, the backstory with Omobola Stephen. Then you can have an amazing time. Listen to this show. Perhaps you'd like to be a guest. You can reach me on omobolastephen.outlook.com or check me out. Send a mail to me also. I'll be looking forward to your mail. And we can have a great show together and be the change that the world is waiting for. Till I come your way, I really need you to be good and stay safe. Without my love, I talk soon. Bye.
Thank you so much.